is the matter, Donna? Why are you doing the... Oh, I thought that was a pukey face. I do that every time. It's the sun coming up North Mountain. Sorry. You understand. It has that same kind of feel. All right. Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. It's bowling night in America. What about Arizona? Good morning, everybody. Hey, welcome to the program. My name is Nick Stewart. This is Sunrise, Sunrose on a Tuesday. God bless you, risers. Thank you for being here. Thank you to Milton Post for hosting, and share it with somebody you know. It's 850-771-0049. That's the number to call. We've got a bunch of stuff to talk about today. We've got some crazy video. And we got some more on the fight from Bed Bath & Beyond. The question of the day is, does the vaccine work? And the reason I ask the question is the CDC is putting all these stipulations. So the vaccine, when it came out, they said it has a, 90-something% effective rate. Well, why then the stipulations? They're putting all these stipulations on it. We'll find out. Oh, you're gonna tease this stuff. All right. Is it about the masks? 850-771-0049. Your forecast for today. Good deal of sunshine, high near 72. Humidity about 52%. Nice. Tonight, few passing clouds, low near 50. Then tomorrow, sunshine and clouds mixed, high near 73. Presently, it is 39 in Milton. Really? That can't be right. That cannot be right. 39 in Milton, 52 Gulf Breeze, 44 tomorrow, 46 Pensacola. Welcome to the day, everybody. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a really good day. I promise. All right. We've got a lot of stuff to cover. Let's light this candle, shall we? All right. First of all, there's the Santa Rosa County is going to be holding a household hazardous waste amnesty day. Why is everything amnesty? Are you tired of amnesty? Some of the stuff is pretty ridiculous, but they are giving you an opportunity to get rid of your stuff, your household hazardous waste. It's going to be March 27th at the South Service Center, Gulf Breeze Parkway. Household hazardous waste amnesty day will be from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. The event will offer residents an opportunity to dispose of their hazardous waste at no charge without having to drive to the central landfill in Milton. Residents will be required to remove items from their vehicles. Those items usually have a warning or cautionary statement on their labels, so handle them carefully. Flammable, corrosive, poison, toxic, yada, yada, yada. The following items will be accepted and should never be disposed of with household garbage. No large or heavy-duty or racing tires accepted. Up to 5 regular car truck tires per vehicle will be accepted. Antifreeze, gasoline, oil, and oil filters. Paint and solvents, lubricants and grease, pesticides and fertilizers, pool cleaners, household cleaners, battery backups, rechargeable batteries from vehicles, lawnmowers, laptops, cell phones, coin cells, no alkaline batteries, propane bottles, aerosol cans, flat screen TVs and monitors, computers, laptops, tablets, cell phones, stereos, radios, amplifiers, printers, copiers, fax machines, typewriters, DVD and DVR players, remotes and gaming systems, up to 20 fluorescent light bulbs, fire extinguishers, approved sharp containers, bring sharps containers for proper disposal and receive a free replacement container. Like you can't put it in a coffee can. Conditionally exempt small quantity generators, small businesses, schools, growers, etc. may dispose of hazardous waste at a reduced price. So I'm glad they do that stuff because people don't. It's a good thing. I'm waiting for a shredding day. I like shredding day. 850-771-0049. Do you like shredding day? It's a good thing. Two men are charged in connection to four Escambia County homes being burglarized, then burned down in Pensacola and on Pensacola Beach. 22-year-old Michael Carlisle and 20-year-old James Taylor were just arrested in connection to the cases. The arrest report states the two men burglarized these homes on Areola Drive, and Carlisle lit the homes on fire to destroy the evidence. Carlisle and Taylor are charged with arson, grand theft, burglary. Both are being held at the Escambia County Jail without bond. Good riddance. I can't stand people like that. A Cantonment woman. Oh, this is interesting. Let me put her up here. This is the Cantonment woman. She's been charged of stealing her brother's vehicle and selling it by having another person impersonate her brother while he's in jail. Naquita LaShawn Potter, 35, was charged with grand theft of a motor vehicle, dealing in stolen property, and altering a vehicle title. After Potter's brother was arrested, he requested that she retrieve and maintain his 2019 Dodge Charger. After getting out of prison, he learned the car had been sold without his permission. Potter told deputies that her father provided the key and location of the vehicle. She explained that her father was sleeping with a woman while she was sleeping with the woman's husband. State records show the Dodge was now registered in the name of the woman the father was sleeping with. The vehicle was allegedly sold to the man, which Potter claimed to have an intimate relationship. The report states that he provided documentation showing he was making payments to Potter on the vehicle. Potter remained in the Escambia County Jail Tuesday with the bond set at $17,500. Let me tell you something. Christmas is going to be awkward. Yeah, it's hard to mend that fence. Wow. So Corey says you can shred any day for free at UPS on 90. You say, is it FedEx or is it UPS? I'm confused, Corey. Which one is it? Sorry. You're welcome, Leanne. You're welcome. Does that not make for weird family gatherings? I don't know if people think about that. Do people ever think about what is that going to come out when he will eventually get out of prison? And he's going to wonder what happened to his car. Why is my boyfriend's wife's, I don't know. It is so convoluted. That is just a weird story. Real estate agents will tell potential buyers that it's really hard right now to be on the market to buy a home. Some homes won't even spend a full day in the market and will sell for over the listed price. The agents explain it all boils down to interest rates. I don't think so. It doesn't hurt. According to Pensacola Association of Realtors, there were 768 active listings at the end of January this year, close to 1/3 of the active listings from last January. Because of the pandemic, interest rates are low at 2.5%. In previous years, that number was doubled, if not tripled. Well, yeah. But here's the thing. You've got people moving in from New York and California. Why? Because it's cheaper to live here, and you don't have to put up with the crap. We have a good governor, not a sucky governor. And you got these people moving in from New York and California. Let me tell you something. Housing prices in New York and California are crazy out of the world. It's insane what they pay for rent and homes. So when they leave there, these homes, even at 20% higher over your asking price, is a deal for them. Just saying. All right. And make sure you're pre-approved. You've got to find a home before you sell your home. I don't know how that works because a lot of times you look at it and it's the same day and it's already gone by the time you set up an appointment with your realtor to go see it. Gas, they still get New York pay but live in our home prices. Yeah. You can get a job in New York working remotely. Why not? All right. What else is happening? Florida gas prices have jumped 11 cents last week. 11 cents. Jason, you could be my friend. I'll just say that. You could be my friend. I'll be your friend. The gas prices, the average state average is $2.72 per gallon. Florida's average price per gallon has climbed 26 cents since mid-February. Now, they're blaming it on the Arctic blast. Do you really believe it's the Arctic blast? And it's not the shutdown of the pipeline? Anybody believe that? The average price per gallon in Escambia was $2.70. In Milton, Reddy's has regular unleaded at $2.68 per gallon. In Pace, Tom Thumb has $2.67. In Gulf Breeze, the Exxon and Gulf Breeze Highway has it for $2.60. That will not last very long. It'll either sell out or they'll change it. Last year March was $2.58. Right. But it went down tremendously. And Navarre has $2.65 at the Walmart market. So there you go. Gas fill-up cost me, SUV. No, it's all pipeline gas. Yep. Oh, that's pretty good. 240 is pretty good there, Jason. But it does. I lived in Texas for 20 years. The oil industry is what makes that place hum. And when you hinder them from drilling, it makes a big difference. It is Biden's fault. It is Biden's fault. Let me ask you a question. Oh, got you down a big 250. Yeah. So let me ask you a question. If you are coming into office, let's say you're the president. Put yourself as the president. You go into office. You know you've got an economy that's trying to come back. You want to get people working. You want to get things rolling. Would you destroy the gas industry, the oil industry, to make a point? Would you do that? You go say, listen, we're going to get the economy running again, and then we'll go into these things. No, Joe Biden, first day, 8,000 jobs and destroys the pipeline. Nice. It is. Gas has risen during spring break, but that's not that much. Not that much. Yep, it is. It is. 850-771-0049. But I don't know. They're saying $3 to $4 a gallon by the end of the year. Yay. A convicted sex offender in Pensacola was sentenced to 30 years in state prison after pleading guilty to his latest charges. Where is that dotard's picture? There he is. Joseph Dwayne Filia. He's 39 years old. He entered a plea to 4 counts of sexual battery while in the position of a familiar or custodial authority, 3 counts of battery of a child while expelling certain fluids. Filia will serve 10 years of sexual offender probation following his prison sentence. The state's attorney's office in August and September of 2018, the children told family members that Filia had abused them in the past. The authorities then launched an investigation. According to the FDLE, Filia was previously found guilty on child sex crimes in 2002. He's also convicted of failing to register as a sex offender in Bay County in 2005 and Escambia County in 2013. Throw him away. So much for a $15 an hour job. It's all going to go to the tank. Yep. They're not doing that anyway. They didn't get that passed. So get rid of the sex offenders. And if you get rid of the... I'm not going to say that. It has nothing to do with Washington, D.C. Community Health of Northwest Florida is removing the barriers for eligible residents to get the COVID-19 vaccine by allowing them to bring current prescription bottles that treats an underlying medical condition that puts them at higher risk for the disease. So, you can bring your prescription bottle. Do you need an ID to go with that? I don't know. It didn't say anything about that. The organization hosts a walk-in clinic Monday at the Brownsville Community Center. It's accepting appointments for 3 clinics in this week, including 1 evening clinic to accommodate working families. The clinics are scheduled from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Tuesday and Friday, 3 to 7 p.m. Wednesday at the Brownsville Community Center on DeSoto Street. You have to make an appointment. I don't know. Does the vaccine work? That's the question. They want you to think it does, but then they do everything to undermine your trust in it. We'll talk about that. ECUA officials are asking the Pensacola community for help in designing a new paint scheme for its east water tank on Cervantes Street. As part of an ongoing $866,000 sandblast and paint job for the project, ECUA is employing residents to send emails with their ideas and suggestions for a new scheme. Since the news became public earlier this year of the first paint job to the water tank since 2004, residents began reaching out to either express enthusiasm for new artwork or their resistance toward the removal of the current logos, including the phrase "Cradle of Naval Aviation." Just paint the daggone thing. Just paint it. It's a water tower. All right, so question, why would I make an appointment to go to a vaccine place to prove I don't need the vaccine if I don't want the vaccine strange? It is odd. Well, there are people that try to cheat the system, but it's not that popular. It's not that popular. To you, is painting the water tower a great big thing with a design? It's a water tower. Now, I get the beach ball out at the beach. I get it. I get one down somewhere in South Florida. It's painted like an orange. I get it. A large American flag. Donna says paint it like a large American flag. Well, you can't do that because that's racist. And some people would kneel. They wouldn't get anywhere. That would be offensive. So what do? You can't paint a cross on it. You can't paint "In God We Trust" on it. That it's offensive to other people. I don't know. I just get tired. I get weary of that stuff. Do you not get weary of it? Does it not wear you out? I can't take it. I can't take it. Yeah. It's there's a tower along I-10 with that's what was on this one. That's what was on this one. The ECUA logo and the Cradle of Naval Aviation was on it. And so they want something different. They want public input. If I'm designing a water tower, I want paid for it. If I'm designing the art for a water tower, hey, I want paid for it. UTLA teachers have been warned not to post vacation pictures on social media as the union continues to seek a safe return to in-person instruction amid the coronavirus pandemic. The teachers were urged to keep spring break pictures off social media because it could hurt the union's argument. And the argument is that it's currently unsafe to return to the classroom. But if you're going out to public and going on vacation and posting vacation pictures, it kind of destroys your argument. And the fact that they have to say that shows that they don't believe their argument. These teachers don't feel unsafe. They do not feel unsafe. So if they have to tell them, the teachers union say, don't post your pictures on social media, what does that tell you? It's ridiculous. And get back in the classroom. Here it is. It's Friendly reminder, if you're planning any trips for spring break, please keep that off social media. It's hard to argue that it's unsafe for in-person instruction if parents and the public see vacation photos and international travel. Yeah. Which shows, again, that you don't feel unsafe. They have no argument. You are correct. Corey says, I remember when a local town painted their name and it was spelled wrong. Why not do this? Why not sell advertising space on it? You contract for a year. So sell it to Coca-Cola or a corporation that wants to give back to the community. Hey, we're here. I don't know. Would that be wrong? And that money goes to community projects. They get their name, their logo on the side of the water tower for a year. Heck, contracted for do 1 year, 3 years, 5 years. Who cares? And they pay according to that. And all that money goes into the community projects for the area. Anybody? What's wrong with that? No. 850-771-0049. I was thinking about that. It just popped to me. CNN anchor Jake Tapper appears to have changed his tune over the subject of offensive freedom of expression. So here's Jake Tapper. Now, I had high hopes for Jake Tapper. There were moments in the election time last year, and after the first year, I had hope for Jake Tapper. It's gone. The freedom of expression, 6 Dr. Seuss books were canceled by the authors published for racist imagery. Tapper took to Twitter on Saturday to mock House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy, whose video viral showing the top GOP lawmaker reading the Dr. Seuss classic Green Eggs and Ham. One of the weirdest parts of this culture war is that the self-styled warriors aren't willing to stand by the empirically racist images they're supposedly defending. Green Eggs and Ham is not one of the books that Dr. Seuss's foundation has decided to stop publishing, Tapper began in a lengthy Twitter thread. Ask yourself why the self-styled culture warriors standing up for Dr. Seuss don't show these offensive images or read from the actual books in question when they're on this crusade. He said, I would submit that they can't defend the images because they're indefensible. I suggest that they don't show them to you on the floor of the House in their little videos because they don't want to be associated with those racist images either. He said, again, if you're going to defend the books and the images, defend the books and the images. It'd be like trying to defend Disney's Song of the South by showing Frozen and Toy Story. So Tapper, he got nailed. People didn't like his little post and let him have it. It's a stupid argument. It's a dumb argument. Here it is. Scottsdale Police Department has identified the individuals involved in a massive brawl that was caught on camera at the Bath & Body Works in Arizona's Fashion Square Mall on Saturday. Let me show you that video again. We watched this yesterday, and it's pretty wild. So check it out again. Here is that video from yesterday in Bed Bath & Beyond. Enough. And I got to question the guy that works in Bed Bath & Beyond. I'm just saying. So anyway, according to a report by the Fox 10 Phoenix, the suspects, who are both customers, were identified as 25-year-old Brianna Johnson and her 45-year-old mother-in-law, Jolyn O'Daniel. According to TMZ, another video of the incident, shot at a different angle, reportedly shows that the customer involved was arguing with an African-American woman before the fight took place, and that politically charged language was used. Scottsdale Police Department told Fox News Sunday that the fight was started over someone cutting in line, and it was not mask or race related. So the distancing thing wasn't an issue. It wasn't. Yeah, that wasn't the issue. They wanted to brawl. You cut in line. You cut in line. We don't do that here. And a smackdown ensued. Oh man. That's the Bed Bath & Beyond was not Bed Bath & Beyond. Was it Bath & Body Works? Is that what it was? I got confused. Bath & Body Works. Sorry, Bed Bath & Beyond. Bath & Body Works. All right. I corrected myself. What else is going on? The attempt to publicize a pro-woman campaign fell flat on his face. Burger King, trying to be clever. You got to give them credit. Burger King. I got to get this ready because this is pretty wild. It is pretty amazing that people think this way. They faced an online tsunami of outrage after attempting to twist a common sexist phrase. It failed. Burger King announced a program meant to encourage and support women to seek a culinary career in order to combat the disproportionate gender representation in the restaurant industry. Too many men, not enough women in the culinary arts. And they did that by tweeting this. Let me get this up here. Women belong in the kitchen. Fire whoever your Twitter people are. Whoever handles that, they're gone. Feminists and others on the left instantly flew into a rage over the phrase often used to demean women. But the tweet was followed up by two others that explained why the account was using the phrase in order to support women. If they want to, of course. Yet only 20% of chefs are women. We're on a mission to change the gender ratio in the restaurant industry by empowering female employees with the opportunity to pursue a culinary career. We're proud to be launching a new scholarship program, which will help female Burger King employees pursue their culinary dreams. Critics of the burger retailer ignored the explanation in their tweet and bashed them for using the sexist phrase, even if it was ironic. It didn't get far. Oh, my land. Women belong in the kitchen. Oops. Oh, Burger King. Facing a continued scourge of violence since cutting its police budget by $15 million last summer, Portland, Oregon has decided to reintroduce a gun violence task force within the city's police department. The new team, called an Enhanced Community Safety Team, was introduced last month in response to skyrocketing violence in the city. It comes only months since the city disbanded the gun violence reduction team as part of its police budget cuts. And we're having a problem. Who knew? We never saw that coming. We got rid of the police. We defunded the police. Who saw chaos coming? Nobody. Who could have figured that? Nobody could see that. That was just an unknown. Following the dissolution of the previous gun violence team, shootings in the city skyrocketed. According to the Associated Press, more people died of gunfire last year in Portland, 40, than the entire tally of homicides the previous year. The number of shootings, 900, was nearly 2.5 times higher than the year before. The spike has continued this year with more than 150 shootings, including 45 people wounded, and 12 killed so far. Holy mackerel, people. Mary says it's not really offensive, guys. Guys don't know how to cook. Gotcha. I do. I can cook. Timing is an issue. All right. What else? Pepe Le Pew is back in the news. Oh, Pepe. You know, they were talking about canceling him. Get this. Get this. The skunk will not appear in the new Space Jam: A New Legacy. The cartoon skunk was set to make an appearance in the sequel, but the news comes as Pepe Le Pew and other cartoon characters face heavy criticism for their alleged perpetuation of rape culture, stereotypes, and racism. Pepe Le Pew is too rapey. According to a Monday report from Deadline, a hybrid live-action animation scene that featured Pepe and an actress was shot in 2019, and they cut it. No Pepe in the new Space Jam. He's rapey. He is rapey. A record number of unaccompanied migrant children are in Border Patrol custody, and shelter beds are scarce, raising fears. Now look at this. Here it is. Here is the where they're harboring them. It's raising fears of new humanitarian crisis at the border. Let me say this. Tucker Carlson brought up a good point last night. And he said it's not a crisis if you create it. Think about that. Joe Biden never been feared getting raped by a skunk. I agree. I've been sprayed. I have got bodily fluids on me, but I've not been raped. Donna's offended. But if you create the crisis, it's not a crisis. That was on purpose. Now, you may not have seen the intended or the unintended consequences coming, but that doesn't mean it's a crisis. If you're a business and you've got widgets and you put up a sign, widgets for a penny, and people storm your store for widgets, that's not a crisis. You created that. I'm just saying, Joe Biden created this chaos at the border. It's chaos. It's not a crisis. More than 3,200 unaccompanied migrant children are being housed in Customs and Border Protection holding facilities. The New York Times, citing internal CBP documents, first reported that the number of detained children had tripled in the last 2 weeks. Nearly half of the children, 1,400, have been held beyond the 3-day legal limit. The CBP holding cells, sometimes known as hileras or ice boxes, are not designed for children. They're typically small concrete rooms with concrete or metal benches and no beds. In addition, nearly 170 of the detained unaccompanied children are younger than 13. How does a 13-year-old get across the border? How does a child under 13 find its way across the border? It's just a question. They make the trek to the United States and find their way across the border unaccompanied. And Joe Biden is putting them in cement cells and holding them beyond the legal 3 days. Where is the outrage from the media on this? If we let the government create emergency laws citing a crisis, yeah. Well, yes. What do you think the COVID thing is? I'm going to show this video. And I'm doing it sometimes against... They are victims, Mary. They're victims. I'm gonna show you this video. Now, it may be against my better judgment, but I've got to show you this. I'm gonna get everything out of the screen because you've got to read because it's kind of hard to hear. So I'm gonna kind of step out of the way. All right. And I want you to watch what is going on the screen. Listen. As I'm gonna turn it up a little bit, but I want you to read because they've put the words at the bottom of the screen. So check this out. This is they're getting ready for a coronavirus press conference. These guys are from the coronavirus task force or whatever. Watch this. Watch this.
What do you got, baby? You can take out the mask, Doug. The case fatality rate's like 0.1 to 0.3 according to USC. Is it really? That's reassuring. USC. Everybody here's been vaccinated anyway. USC and LA County Public Health came out with a study. They found that there are 7,000 cases in California, but they really believe that there are anywhere from 221,000 to 442,000 people who were infected. Really? Yeah.
So that makes it 0.1 to 0.3? Yeah. Was a study to come out with?
Yeah, just give it today. So it suggests the case fatality rate is 10. Wow. Which puts you right in line with the flu.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what it is.
Did you hear what he said? Puts it right in line with the flu.
Right in line with the flu.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
Holy mackerel. This is the government. These are government officials. It puts it right in line with the flu. Wow. I don't know. I'm just saying it's a video. It's pretty amazing. Millions of Americans could see checks of up to $1,400. There it is. There's your money. It's in a picture. It should land in their bank accounts in a few weeks. The one-time payments are part of President Joe Biden's $1.9 trillion COVID relief package. That's more pork than it is COVID relief. It's likely to get approval in the House today. The Internal Revenue Service hasn't indicated how soon it will start to distribute the money. Analysts said the check should appear in the bank accounts via direct deposit in a couple of weeks based on the distribution timeline from the last round of coronavirus and payments late last year. The IRS will be tasked with sending out the checks in the middle of tax season, which could slow down the distribution, but the agency's experience sending out 2 prior rounds of checks last year should make the process go smoothly. They seem pretty well prepared as they can be, given everything on their plate, he said. Those with direct deposits, most Americans, will get money quickest. Paper checks would be sent to Americans who don't direct deposit information on file with the IRS, but they take longer. All right. So is the money coming? Is the money not coming? I imagine it'll be passed today. They were supposed to be passed already. I don't know what happened. They had some problems from the left, not the right, from the left. Okay. So Joe Biden's pooches are in trouble. His dogs, his German shepherds, Nazi shepherds, are in trouble. Major and Champ were sent back to the Biden family home in Wilmington, Delaware last week because Major appears to have bitten one of the Secret Service guys, the White House security team. The 3-year-old shepherd has also reportedly been barking and lunging at staff and security. So he had to go home. He cannot stay in the White House. Neither one of them. Both of them are gone. They've been banished. Bad dogs. Nazi shepherds. Yes, that's what they are. Nazis. The Democrats like to throw Nazi around. And maybe the White House security was Jewish. I don't know. But, yeah. Mary's going to plan a super spreader of the year with government hush money. Invite me. 850-771-0049. I know. Pretty crazy. Get rid of them dogs. The dogs have to go. They have to go. The far-left co-host of the progressive political YouTube channel, The Young Turks, rallied against California Governor Gavin Newsom and joined the effort to recall him. Anna Kasparian is an outspoken progressive commentator, but she had to admit that California had become an absolute wasteland under Newsom's leadership. Check this out. Yeah, he can't control his dogs. He's a train wreck. All right, so let me get this out of the way so you can see the rant. Here you go.
I was born and raised in California. I love my state. I love the people in the state. But it is an absolute wasteland right now. Every freeway bridge is full of people living in tents. There's excrement on our sidewalks. It's unsafe. Crime has gone up. And when it comes to coronavirus, I mean, the fish rots from the head down. Let me just mention that while Americans are encouraged to shelter in place, encouraged to practice social distancing, no eating indoors at restaurants, he was seen at the French Laundry meeting up with his lobbyist buddies. That is unacceptable. I have not seen competent leadership from Gavin Newsom, and I will state on this show, every single member of my family signed our names, provided our signatures to recall.
Wow. Nice. So she is against, she's a liberal. She is a liberal. And she is against Gavin Newsom. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. And look, the tents, I got a story on that that are going on. Let me find that. San Francisco, which is Nancy Pelosi's terrain, has gone beyond having its everyday poop in the streets problem and rampant drug and alcohol abuse among its homeless population, which was enabled by the city's health department, announced it would provide free drugs and alcohol to homeless people by staying at the city-leased hotels in order to keep them from breaking pandemic quarantine requirements. So they put them they put them in the hotels. They bought hotels and put them in hotels and gave them drugs so they would not go out. Now, it has created safe sleeping villages, tents. They're tents. The villages are a network of tent encampments spread across the city. They were okayed at the same time that it began placing hundreds of homeless in hotel rooms and RVs. The 262 tents. Think about this. 262 tents housing 300 people in the 6 tent villages went up around the city to shelter people during the pandemic who might otherwise sleep on the streets are costing $16.1 million annually. It breaks down to $61,450 per tent, or $5,120 a month for each tent. Now, let me say this. I know rent is high in San Francisco. I do. But you could $5,120 a month would buy a nicer place than a tent. It would rent a nicer place than a tent. $5,120 a month per tent. Do you think that anybody in San Francisco has any kind of idea, any kind of clue whatsoever? No. What would these homeless people? Now listen, I understand you're not going to rescue every homeless person. There's drug addiction and they don't want to give it up. There's mental health problems. I get it. But could you not, with that much money, could you not do something more effective to try to remedy the homeless situation? You would think. California is a train wreck. Former President Donald Trump issued another volley in his battle with the leadership of the Republican Party on Monday after the GOP refused to stop using his name and likeness on its fundraising efforts. Trump struck back with a statement to his followers, calling them to stop giving money to the Republican Party, instead funnel the money to his efforts. No more money for rhinos. They do nothing but hurt the Republican Party and our great voting base. They'll never lead us to greatness. Send your donation to Save America PAC at DonaldTrump.com. We'll bring it all back stronger than ever before. Now, I get it. I don't want to donate to the Republican Party if they're going to help people like Mitt Romney. I didn't want to donate to the Republican Party before because I didn't want to donate to John McCain. Trump's right. Now, I would probably have a different organization handle that monies rather than Trump.com, but I mean, I'm not doubting, but you don't want to give people fuel for fire. Just saying. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention now says, listen to this, that fully vaccinated people are okay to mingle indoor with both vaccinated and unvaccinated people in some circumstances. You got the vaccine. You got both doses or single dose, depending on the vaccine. The CDC, now remember when they said we've got the vaccine, it's 90% effective. Pushing people to get it. Now they're saying if you got the vaccine, it's okay to mingle with vaccinated and non-vaccinated people in some circumstances. Fully vaccinated is defined as having waited 2 weeks after receiving both 2-dose vaccine shots or a single-dose vaccine injection. But the CDC still states that all people, regardless of vaccination status, should continue to avoid non-essential travel. Why? I've got the vaccine. The airline industry is pushing back on the guidance, saying that it believes air travel is relatively safe. Those people who are vaccinated should continue to wear face coverings in public. Why? And should also avoid non-essential travel. Vaccinated people should also continue to avoid medium and large-sized public gatherings and should continue using masks and utilizing social distancing measures when around unvaccinated mixed households. Why? So we're going to continue. You got to continue wearing masks and social distancing and avoiding groups of over 10, just like you did before. What is the point of getting the vaccine? What is the point? During the briefing, Walensky said science and the protection of public health must guide us as we begin to resume these activities. Today's action represents an important first step. It's not our final destination. So why did you get the vaccine? Why? People, that should scare you to death. You got the vaccine. Get the vaccine and you'll be good. Now, it's not good. Now they're saying, well, it doesn't always work. You still got to maintain that you are, that you still have the chance of catching it. Why else would you social distance? Why else would you wear a mask? Why else would you not travel? It does. It should scare you. They have to keep the control. Yeah, I mean, there's no other explanation for it. None. I want to also point out. I understand, Donna. I also want to point out that Israel can kill the coronavirus in 30 seconds with ultraviolet light. Ultraviolet light kills the virus in 30 seconds. Where's that treatment? Why are we doing vaccines when ultraviolet light will kill the vaccine in 30 seconds? They ran it. They've done it. They've tested. It works. It works. Interesting. Is it not? Nice. New York Republican lawmakers have moved to impeach Governor Andrew Cuomo after he steadfastly refused to resign following multiple accusations from women of sexual harassment and an explosive report that he murdered 15,000 seniors and people with coronavirus by sending them to nursing homes. Assembly Minority Leader Will Barkley admitted that the Democratic majority will determine whether articles of impeachment move forward, but said Monday, we're going to keep pounding on this issue. Nearly 30 Democratic lawmakers have called on the governor to resign his office, including Democratic State Senate Majority Leader Andrea Stewart-Cousins. In a statement released Sunday, she said the growing scandals about sexual harassment, the toxic work environment surrounding the governor, and his handling of the coronavirus pandemic in nursing homes have distracted from the needs of New Yorkers during the pandemic. Is Cuomo done? Is he done? I would like to think yes, but I don't know. You don't know. All right. So this happened yesterday, and this is pretty wild. Oops, let me get this up. It's talking about it's National Women's Day, and Joe Biden, the sexual assaulter, is speaking on women's stuff, but he has a moment where he can't remember one of his secretary's names, and he can't remember the name of the Pentagon. Here you go.
Both, and I want to thank the former general. I keep calling him general, but the guy who runs that outfit over there. I want to make sure we thank
the guy that runs that outfit over there. The guy that runs that outfit over there.
All he's done to try to implement what we've just talked about, and for recommending these two women for promotion.
So you have no idea what you just talked about, and you have no idea who the secretary is. Great. Great. Ladies and gentlemen, that is your president. That's your president. He has no clue where he's at or what he's doing. He can't even handle simple tasks. He can't handle simple tasks. Biden is a train wreck. This guy, wow. That is, you almost feel sorry for him. You almost feel sorry for him. To be that out of your brain that you can't handle a simple task. Where's his card? Someone help him find the card in his coat pocket that has all the coronavirus numbers on it and every important, where his address, where he lives. So in case he gets lost, they can get him back home. 850-771-0049. What a... Oh, wow. That's pretty awful. He is, I mean, he's not running the country. He is a puppet. He has no control. They tell him to sign, he signs. They tell him to speak, he speaks. Some, well, he doesn't do it very well, but he does speak. He's not running the country. Yep. As much as I hate to say this, Harris is running things. Well, somebody on the left is. 850-771-0049. Yeah. All the Democrats need to be charged with elder abuse for putting him in this. Not just his wife, all of them. Do you think that you look at the left. They don't care about the seniors. They are disposable. They are disposable. And the left does not care about them unless they're in charge. Like Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, basically all of the Democratic leadership. They don't care about Joe Biden and his mental decline. They don't. They don't care about seniors having COVID because they stick them all in nursing homes together and kill them, like Andrew Cuomo did, murdered them. They don't care. I had this video. It did not load because it was too big. But coronavirus vaccine passports are coming to America. That's according to a university medical ethics professor on CNN Sunday. But not to worry. Arthur Kaplan told Fareed Zarikia that bearers of such documents will gain freedom, gain mobility, and have access to certain jobs with a vaccine passport. Listen again. They'll gain freedom, gain mobility, and have access to certain jobs. They'll be able to buy and sell. As if to prime the pump, Zarika's segment began with the notorious "May I see your papers" scene from Casablanca. Scared? Are we scared? Teenage climate change activist Greta Thunberg claimed Sunday that President Joe Biden's climate policies are not aggressive enough to combat the challenges of climate change. But when pressed to name a specific policy for Biden to enact, she couldn't name a single one. Here's this.
Done on climate issues in his first 50 days in office. What grade would you give him?
Well, you shouldn't take that from me. I'm just a teenager, so I don't have the mandate to sort of give grades.
And you don't have the education, and you don't have any kind of evidence. So just saying.
On this doesn't matter. You should rather look at the science and whether his policies are in line with the Paris Agreement and to stay below 1.5 or even 2 degrees Celsius. And then you can clearly see that, no, it's not nearly enough in line with the science. And that's not me saying, that's just black and white, looking at the facts.
Yeah. What would you like to see him do to fight climate change that he isn't doing, that he said he won't do? Because his administration is saying we've set up a climate office, we've set up a climate czar, we've re-signed Paris, we're conserving more land, we're undoing a lot of what Donald Trump did. What would you like to see him do that he's not doing?
I mean, I understand that it's difficult, and to be honest, I would not want to be in a politician's position right now. I can't imagine how hard it must be. But, I mean, I would just like him to basically just treat the climate crisis like a crisis.
Yeah, how hard would it be when you have a 17-year-old girl who doesn't know anything that's on TV all the time? How she gets on TV, I have no idea. But they have her as a climate change expert on CNN. Just think about that.
That this is an existential threat, and they better treat it accordingly, which they are not. I mean, they are just treating the climate crisis.
She's not answering the question, by the way.
A political topic, among other topics, and treat it as a crisis. That's the number one step we need to do, and to spread awareness.
Is there a specific policy goal? If he rang you up and said, Greta, what should I do? What I can wave a presidential magic wand executive. What should I do that I'm not? What would you say to him?
Well, nothing, because that's not democratic. An elected leader cannot do anything without support from voters, and I would not want anyone to do anything that would not have the support, because that would be undemocratic, and democracy is the most precious thing that we have, and we must not risk that. So what we need now is to raise awareness and to create public opinion to treat the crisis like a crisis, because if people are not aware of the crisis that we face, of course they won't put pressure on the elected leaders. So I would just tell him to tell the situation as it is. Because, I mean, yes, you could say, I meet with a lot of world leaders, and they say, I can't do anything because I don't have the support from voters. Well, how can you expect support and pressure from voters if you are not treating the crisis like a crisis?
Because nobody believes your junk science. But you're a 17-year-old child, and so we should drop everything and listen to what you say. Oh, people. All right. We got to get out of here. I'm done with these people. I'm done with it. God bless you. Thank you so much for being here today. Share the video. Like it. Share. We had good viewership yesterday. Do it again. And we'll be back again tomorrow, Lord willing. at 6 a.m. for more Sunrise Santa Rosa. Thank you so much, Risers, for being here. Have a blessed day.